Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing this makeup look right here. If you have followed me for many years, then you might remember this look that I did a really long time ago. I love it. It's like this double ombre liner cut crease type thing. I love this look. It's so simple but makes such a big impact with the, reverse ombre. But yeah, if you guys want to see how to do this look, then just keep watching. I'm just going in with my MAC Laying Low paint pot just to conceal any discoloration that I have on my lids and give us a nice clean canvas to work with. For the eyeshadows, I'm just going to be dipping into my MAC Single Shadow, so I'm going to go in with MAC Soft Brown right here. Now I'm just going in with a Morphe JH30 brush and I'm going to start buffing that into my crease. I'm just being a little messy with it because the shade is more just for a transition and it's not really the focus of the look. Next, I'm going to take the shade Cork. Okay, well, I don't think that any of that was recording, so I took my Anastasia A23 brush in that shade, and I put it on my outer corner, and I started to work that into the crease, doing circular motions, back and forth motions, just slowly taking my time and using little pressure to blend that up into the soft brown shade. We just want it nice and diffused, and we don't want to see any harsh lines through here. Next, I'm going to take the shade Brun. This look is all about gradually getting darker, so I'm taking this Sigma E44 brush. I'm going to first pack that on the outer corner, and then I'm going to start fading it into the lid and up into that crease. We just want every color to perfectly and seamlessly diffuse into the previous color. And now with that brush that I used for Cork, I'm just going to start fading out those edges, again with no additional product. If you don't want to use as many brushes, you can also just wipe them off in between each shade as well. Now for our darkest shade, I'm going to take the shade Espresso. And now with this, I'm going to take a Sigma E45 brush and I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and just do a little patting motions to blend that out. Now for the cut crease, I'm going to be using the Juvias Place Eye Primer. This is in the shade 1. And for the brush, this is the Morphe V300. I believe this is actually considered a cut crease brush, or I believe it's called a cut crease brush. But I'm just going to start creating a half cut crease, and I'm just going to be doing this on the lid. I'm not going above my natural lid or crease or anything like that. And I'm just using a little bit of product because I don't want this to crease up. And you just want to use a really thin brush for this, that way your lines are nice and precise. And then I'm just going to start fading that into the darker colors. Our lightest shade today is going to be the shade Brûlée. With a Sigma E57 brush, I'm just going to pack that on the inner part of the lid. You can go as bright as you would like with this shade. I just like one that's just a little bit lighter than my skin tone. And now we're just going to start blending out those browns. So I'm going to take that shade Soft Brown and pack it on the center of the lid using a small fluffy brush. We're going to fade it into Brûlée. And now right next to that, we're taking the shade Cork. Same thing, I'm going to pat it on first and then go in and start to blend it into the previous color. And now we're going in with Espresso. And then going back in with the Brun to touch up that very outer corner. And now with a Sigma E06 brush and that Juvias Place primer, I'm going to start creating my wing. So you can use a base like this or you can use a concealer. You just want something that is very light. I'm going to do a thicker wing because I want to really see that gradient. So now we have a rough guide for the shape. I'm just going to wipe off that brush, get off any excess product, and just go in and smooth it out. So there's certain areas where the primer is a little bit thicker. I'm just going to do one thin layer all the way across, and then we'll start filling it in with the eyeshadow. Okay, so here's where we are right now, and now we're just going to start filling that in with the shadow, the same shades we use on top. So I'm taking that shade Brûlée with that same angled brush. I just wiped it off. And I'm going to really take my time and pack that on and set that primer. So I'm going to do basically from like the corner of my eye to the end of the tail is going to be the Brûlée shade. And now with this tiny little lip brush, I'm going to take the shade Soft Brown and I'm going to kind of overlap where we took the Brûlée and then go a little bit more forward. And then I'm just going to honestly just keep going back and forth, tapping between the two shades just to get them to perfectly blend. So I just wiped off that brush. Now I'm going in with more Brûlée and I'm going to start blending that out. Like so. Okay, next with the shade Cork, I'm going to overlap Soft Brown a little bit and then take it a little bit further in. And now with the same brush, but a different one, I'm going to take Espresso. And same thing, overlap with Cork until it is nice and blended. Now with a tiny little shader brush and Brun, I'm going to get all the way to the inner corner. This one I would suggest using a either really small brush or another little angled brush just to keep it nice and precise. And then I feel like there's not as much difference between these two shades on that liner, so I'm actually going to go in with a black. So now I'm going in with Carbon from MAC. I'm going to do that very inner corner. Oh yeah, that's better. And then back in with Brun to blend that out. Okay, so here's where it's looking right now. I'm going to apply some lashes and mascara. That's honestly what kind of ties the whole thing together. I'm going to clean up my fallout and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line together. Okay, before I put lashes on, I just want to show you what that looks like with mascara. So the mascara really breaks up that lightness that's at the lash line, but I'm just going to apply lashes. So I applied my Kiss lashes in Chiffon. The glue is still drying a little bit, but we're going to do the lower lash line. So I'm taking that shade Cork and I'm just going to buff that all the way from inner corner to outer corner. And now with a pencil brush, I'm taking the shade Espresso, and I'm just putting that on the outer half. And now with a short shader brush and Brun, I'm putting that on the outer third. And then I'm just buffing that out with a clean brush. And now with a pencil brush, I'm going to heavily pack on Brûlée on the inner corner just to really brighten everything up. And now I'm just applying some bottom lash mascara. And here's that entire look completed. I love this look. I wish I remembered what lashes I was using when I originally did this look because they were so pretty in the picture. But yeah, this is just a fun way to do a smoky eye, and you can, you know, do any colors for this look. But I love the technique of the like double ombre. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know down below what you want to see in my next video, and I will see you next time.